This week on Talking Pictures with Neil Rosen, we'll look at the new drama Marriage Story starring Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson, The Two Popes featuring Anthony Hopkins and Jonathan Pryce, and the Mr. Rogers biopic A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, along with my interview with one of its stars, Matthew Rhys. Plus, a look at the whistleblower thrillers The Report and Dark Waters. We've got all that and many more movie picks coming up. I'm Neil Rosen. Welcome to Talking Pictures. It's our monthly Critic Roundtable show where we debate what's worth watching and what's not when it comes to new releases, hidden gems, and Hollywood classics. Joining me today are Bill McCuddy from Gold Derby, Justine Browning from Entertainment Weekly, and Jack Rico from Showbiz Cafe. Let's start out with a look at several new films hitting theaters this month, beginning with Marriage Story. It stars Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver. Let's take a look at a clip.
What I love about Nicole, she is a mother who plays, really plays.
What I love about Charlie, he loves being a dad. He loves all the things you're supposed to hate, like waking up at night.
She knows when to push me and when to leave me alone.
He never lets other people keep him from what he wants to do.
Dad, you're too far.
I know. It's not easy for her to close a cabinet.
He's incredibly neat.
She's brave.
He's brilliant. He's very competitive.
How are you doing?
Justine, tell us about Marriage Story.
Well, this follows the breakdown of a marriage between a theater director, portrayed by Adam Driver, and his frequent collaborator, actress wife, who is portrayed by Scarlett Johansson. And at first, they're determined to make the divorce proceedings go as smoothly as possible for the sake of their young son. But that all changes once lawyers become involved, and they're pitted against one another in a brutal emotional battle where the tension is just palpable. Their legal team here is portrayed by Laura Dern, Alan Alda, and Ray Liotta, and it all culminates into what I would go as far as saying is a perfect film. You experience such a range of reactions. 1 minute you're laughing out loud, the next you're a puddle of tears. There are points where there are monologues and dialogue that are so rousing you just want to applaud. Noah Baumbach has the ability to take raw human stories and explore them in a way that's so cinematic, and it's the type of film that they just don't make anymore, a character-driven drama.
Jack?
The Marriage Story is more like 2019's Kramer versus Kramer. I mean, it's like a love story masked in a divorce story. It's really interesting. And I think that the best thing about this is probably Noah Baumbach's writing. It just jumps off the page. It's alive, it's rich, it's nuanced, it's detailed. And you needed heavyweight actors to be able to pull this off. From what I read and understand, each pause that Scarlett or Adam Driver or any of the actors took was scripted. And if you improvised, Baumbach would slap you right in the hand. So very, very incredible piece of filmmaking.
Bill?
Yeah, listen, I like this movie a lot, and I didn't at first. One of the things that's interesting, you make the Kramer versus Kramer connection, which everyone is doing.
What do you mean you didn't at first?
Well, I mean, I didn't like where it was going in the beginning. I was very disconcerted by it, and I think that's, again, to credit Noah Baumbach's writing, taking us and allowing us to like one or the other characters throughout the movie at different times. That makes it different than Kramer versus Kramer, which made him the nice guy, and this guy in Adam Driver is not always the nice guy. He maybe should have moved out to California. He maybe should have done some things differently. But I'll tell you, the real star for me in this movie is Laura Dern.
Yeah.
She knocks it out of the ballpark as the very California, everything is going to be okay for Scarlett Johansson, and
Attorney.
I highly recommend this film.
Well, this movie blew me away. It's not only on my top 10 list, it's easily near the top of my top 10 list. Not only is the acting great, but as you said, Jack, the writing and direction by Noah Baumbach, it's superb. I mean, it's so realistic. There is a 10-minute argument scene towards the end of the film between Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson,
visceral, yeah.
where they keep upping the ante with more insults and more revelations about their marriage that couples don't usually say this to each other, where it was such a powerful scene. I was sitting there with my wife, we just couldn't believe what we were watching.
I can't believe that's as scripted as you imply, because that felt like it was improvised in places to me.
Nothing was improvised in that film.
All right, well,
that's one of the most powerful scenes I've seen in a movie in a really long time. This is not a happy movie, but it's not a lot of laughs. but it's a great movie, and I highly recommend
All
it.
available on Netflix and in theaters,
Yes,
I should say, but
that's
not
true.
a film you necessarily need to see in a theater.
And another movie that's in theaters and also on Netflix is something called The Two Popes. Jack, tell us about that.
Oh, well, this is directed by Fernando Meirelles. He's a Brazilian director who did City of God, Motorcycle Diaries, and it stars Anthony Hopkins and Jonathan Pryce. And it's essentially what the name of the title implies. It's about two popes who are on the complete opposite end of the ideological and religious spectrum, who find common ground between arguments and debates and discussions that really is the core of this film. It's the writing, and it just pops here. And the movie essentially, for me, had a lot of political overtones, because I think that the reason it resonates so much with critics is because we're living in a bipartisan world right now, and everybody understands either politically you're Democratic or Republican, or it's black and white. And it's nice that through discussion you can find something so completely enlightening about just these two men who are just talking to each other and finding compromise. And you can barely see those things in films today.
You know, I have to be honest, when somebody said, oh, this is about 2.5 hours of these two guys just sitting around talking, I'm like, what? No. And I have to tell you, I love this film.
Yeah.
Some critics are saying it soft pedals the pedophilia and some of the other things that have been plaguing the Catholic Church. That may be a valid argument, but I'm telling you, I enjoyed Sir Anthony Hopkins and Jonathan Pryce. I think Pryce may be nominated for an Academy Award here. It's the best thing he's ever done, and I recommend it.
It's so bared down and intimate, and as you said, it's just two people speaking, and yet you're hanging on every word. It's tackling some weighty themes and issues. I really enjoyed when it gives you a glimpse into their past, you know, particularly how Pope Francis was affected by growing up during the dictatorship in Argentina in the 70s and how that affected him even later in his life. And worth noting, they were able to recreate the Sistine Chapel.
Yes.
In several sequences.
The Vatican and the Sistine Chapel, which they built on huge sound stages, you know, you think you're looking at the real thing, which is an incredible achievement unto itself. And I agree with all of you. Hopkins, as you'd expect, is very good, but Pryce really steals the picture.
He's the co-star. Pryce is the star here. It's amazing.
It's just, and it's the acting that elevates the whole thing to a higher level. And again, as you said, Bill, who would figure the two guys sitting around for 2.5 hours? Because that's what it really is.
And by the way, it's a Netflix
it
movie, and you can just start telling how they're spending so much money to create quality content, and, you know, good for them.
Well, next up is a new biopic about Mr. Rogers called A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Bill.
Well, this, I think you're going to enjoy this, Neil. It's a very, very simple motion picture. This is Tom Hanks, obviously, as Mr. Rogers, but the real story here is Matthew Rhys plays an Esquire writer who's been assigned to him to do a 400-word sort of bio that turns into a 10,000-word bio. This is because Mr. Rogers, in the Matthew Rhys character, recognizes someone that needs some help. He's got a problem with his father, Chris Cooper, at home, and Mr. Rogers won't let him go. The Matthew Rhys character keeps saying there must be a dark side to this guy. We don't see it. This is the most unexpected movie of the year in the execution. They use some of the sets around the neighborhood of Mr. Rogers to tell us when people are flying from city to city. I found that enchanting. I thought at first, man, this is hogwash, and by the end, it sort of enwrapped me or sort of warmed me. I like this movie a lot.
It's so nostalgic and so clever with the narrative, how they follow the format of the original TV program.
Yep.
And they really do play with the narrative in some unexpected ways where it goes into hyper-real territory. There's some puppet
Not
imagery.
everybody will like that, but
I thought it was very clever.
You know, as I was watching the feature-length film, I was saying to myself, why did they make this film when the documentary "Won't You Be My Neighbor" was so much better to me?
It was so much better.
It just says everything about Mr. Rogers that you need to know. Here, we really don't know much about Mr. Rogers outside of the behind the scenes and maybe some revelations here and there. But the movie's really about the journalist, not about Mr. Rogers. And I just felt like they couldn't find the story about Fred Rogers to say in this feature-length film, and I'm mixed about it.
That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing.
You get a sense of the way that he
you might think
works.
that this is blasphemous, that I'm going to attack the holier-than-thou Mr. Rogers, but it's not so much Mr. Rogers as Tom Hanks' portrayal. I mean, he sounded like a cross between Rain Man and Chauncey Gardner from the movie Being There.
That's what he sounds like. Come on.
I don't know. I've seen
it's the McFeely Good Movie of the Year, Neil.
Well, I don't know. I wasn't buying
have a
this.
cold
It was a little
heart,
too over
Neil.
the top. And it did get me emotionally at the end, so I don't hate the film, but there were parts of this that I
We
found
don't
to
like
be...
him, do we? No, we don't. It's time for Neil to go away.
There are parts that I found to be a little bit
too.
like contrived and unrealistic. Anyway, I liked Matthew Rhys's performance, and I sat down with Matthew Rhys and talked to him about the movie. Let's take a look. How familiar, listen, you're from Wales.
Yes.
I mean, were you familiar with Mr. Rogers at all before you signed on to this?
I wasn't, sadly, and poorer for it. I'd never heard of Fred Rogers until the script came through, and I asked who was Fred Rogers, only to be met by a chorus of gasps, and then, you know, dove my own deep dive into his world and who he was, and was astounded by what he did. The greater moment for me, having a 3-year-old son, was introducing him to Fred Rogers as my own little experiment, and was astounded with the results.
Well, how accurate is the story to what actually happened to the character that you play?
I mean, it's loosely based. Basically, yes, Tom Juno did interview Fred, was working for Esquire, was sought out by Fred to interview him over a period of days, and had this transformational moment in his life where Fred Rogers had an incredible impact on him.
The next film we're going to talk about is a whodunit called Knives Out. Jack.
I really like this movie. It's directed by Rian Johnson, who recently just did Star Wars The Last Jedi, $1.3 billion at the box office. And he loves whodunit murder mysteries. So he decided to do this one. He directed it, wrote it, and it has an incredible cast. I'm talking about Jamie Lee Curtis, Daniel Craig, Ana de Armas, Michael Shannon. I can go on and on.
Chris Evans, Don Johnson, Christopher Plummer.
Tony Collette.
You can keep on going. It's like a marathon.
Can go on and on. A lot of people in
all
this
Hollywood
movie.
was in there. And it's about an aging novelist played by Christopher Plummer who dies suddenly, and 2 detectives come in to try and find out who the culprit was out of the family that was there. For me, this is a modern-day murder mystery in the spirit of Agatha Christie that really hits on all cylinders. The acting, the writing.
But it's funny.
And it's funny, but it's highly entertaining and highly engaging. This movie makes my top 10 list.
Wow.
It is absolutely a riot. And to see some of the most respected actors working today really embracing the camp and the ridiculous, over-the-top nature of their characters, however bombastic, is just a joy to watch. And seeing Daniel Craig get to shine in a way that
With that
he
southern accent,
hasn't
right?
in his career.
Well, he came close in Logan Lucky. He was funny, really funny in that Soderbergh movie. But here he has a southern accent, as you said. And I want to talk about the writing for a second, because at the end of the movie, what they can often do in these whodunits is like bring all these red herrings out of the woodwork, and you go, wait, I didn't see that, or that didn't happen. This is so well written that when Daniel Craig lays it all out for you at the end, you go, wow, that really could have happened.
Listen, we all see so many movies, and I thought I figured this thing out 5 minutes in, and it really surprised me at the end. So I give the movie a lot of credit.
That stuns no one that you were.
Plus, Daniel Craig, which you and I talked about, you told me that he wants to do comedies.
Yeah,
that
he
he's
does.
happier with this, straight this James Bond serious thing. And so it's nice to see him doing lighter fare, and it was also nice to see Chris Evans getting away from that Boy Scout Captain America image, also playing a different type of character. I highly recommend the movie. I like it a lot. Moving on, there's a new film hitting theaters called The Report, and it's based on a true story. Justine.
Yeah, well, this stars overemployed actor Adam Driver as Daniel Jones, who was the lead investigator on the U.S. Senate's inquiry into the detention and interrogation program at the hands of the CIA that was started in the wake of 9/11. He spent 5 years tirelessly investigating this, and it culminated into the now infamous 9/11 torture report. This is from Scott Z. Burns, who I think has proven himself as a master of suspense and noir. And it's him with the help of this fantastic cast, including Annette Bening as Senator Dianne Feinstein, that make a film that's essentially about sifting through paperwork, just riveting. I had a hard time sleeping after watching this film. I think it gets under your skin, and you experience a level of outrage that is just uncomfortable.
I'm outraged, all right, but I think when you said sifting through paperwork, yes, riveting, not so much. I mean, I think Annette Bening is great as Dianne Feinstein. I think she's actually the high point of the film. There's just not much given to Adam Driver to do. He's like a workaholic, and we know he's going to get this solved in some way, and I just found it kind of a slog.
Yeah.
I can't, for Annette Bening fans, yes, and now there are a lot of Adam Driver fans, because as you pointed out, he's in everything. But so they'll go see it, but otherwise I'm not a fan.
Yeah, this is a marathon political procedural to me that comes off as a horror movie to me. Actually, that's how I felt
The
it.
portrayal of torture is just
Exactly, and there was so many disturbing scenes in this film that once you leave the theater, the film still lingers with you. And I think that's the magic of this film in particular, compared to other procedural films that take this long just to kind of sift through papers. And
Listen, I think it's very well-intentioned film, but it's not executed well. It's boring. I mean, the whole film in a sentence, I kind of knew already. You know, it's like the United States government and the CIA tortured prisoners after 9/11 and then covered it up, and you know, Adam Driver tries to get the information out. But to watch a guy in a windowless room for 5 hours a day just going through stuff, there's no character development here. I went to a Q&A after the movie with Scott Z. Burns, the director, and he says, I could have done a conventional movie and done character development and had, Adam Driver having sleepless nights or having problems in his relationships, but Amazon let me do the movie the way I wanted to do it. Well, I think that the movie should have had more character development. We don't really see much about Adam Driver. It's just a lot of testimony and facts, and that's kind of boring to watch.
Well, the movie is long, but your explanation was just 1 minute longer.
Well, Dark Waters is the name of a new environmental thriller, which you could talk about, Bill, also inspired by true events.
Who knew Aaron Brockovich had a brother, Eric Brockovich? Because that's basically what this movie is. You've got Mark Ruffalo as a defense lawyer who takes on this environmental case against DuPont and is supported by his wife, Anne Hathaway, and is pretty much supported by Tim Robbins, who works in the firm, and lets him go for almost 11 years on this project, giving him a lot of incentive and cutting his salary along the way.
Jack?
It's interesting. When I grow up, I want to be like Robert Bilott, which is the lawyer that Mark Ruffalo played. I mean, talk about selfless heroes. And I think that's the best thing about this film in particular, is how a man just who is a corporate lawyer decides to go against the corporate system and bucks the system by helping out a farmer selflessly. I mean, his family was in jeopardy, his career was in jeopardy. I think he was broke by the end of the movie, but all with the sense to help people out. And I think we need more movies like this.
Yeah,
it's a David and Goliath story where Goliath prevails at the end. This is a battle that's still being waged, and you consider the fact that it was over a decade, it's still going. I think a great touch is that they filmed on location in Cincinnati and West Virginia, and the actual locations where this took place. It gives it an extra layer of authenticity to connect to. And also there's people who were involved in the real story that are cast in minor roles.
Yeah, that's right.
That was
little
such
cameos.
a moving touch, and it does give a voice to the women. Anne Hathaway could have just been the stock wife character, but their partnership and the dynamics of their marriage, I think, ended up being one of the more...
Yeah, well, unlike The Report, this one does have character development.
Absolutely.
And you see Mark Ruffalo,
who was great, by the way.
Right,
His performance was
his
incredible.
obsession with this case, which it is hurting his marriage, and it's taking him out of dealing with his children because he's so consumed with this. And as you said, Bill, right, he gets pay cut after pay cut because this thing is going, and they're in financial straits. And, the thing about this movie is there's something in the movie that says, that 99% of the people on this planet have this chemical that's in Teflon called, whatever the initials of this chemical are.
It's not sticking to your brain right now.
Right. But Tim Robbins told me, because I did the junket on this, that they actually are still making this stuff. They rebranded it, and it's just not called Teflon anymore, but so how horrifying is that? But it's an eye-opening film, and it's an important film. And at this particular junket where I talked to Tim Robbins, I actually talked to Mark Ruffalo as well. Let's take a look at a clip of that. With Spotlight in this, which is a great thing, you seem to be attracted to doing films that bring to light these atrocities that happen in the world.
Yeah, I do see, movies could be great for entertainment, and but they can also be great to tell us the stories about our lives and to open up conversations that you can get to politically, but tend to divide us from a political point of view. But when you tell them peer to peer, neighbor to neighbor, in a movie, all of a sudden it opens our hearts and our minds to these things that we really need to be discussing right now. I don't know about you, but every other day I hear about someone that I know with some cancer, some endocrine, some neurological thing, some endocrine system disease. I mean, we're sick. And America in particular is a very sick nation. I mean, you could see by our healthcare costs. So yeah, we are sick and we're getting sicker is a real truth.
Well, both Dark Waters and The Report follow a long line of films that Hollywood's done over the years that focus on whistleblowers, and there's a whole bunch of them that we're going to talk about, and here's a look at a few.
So what you're saying is it isn't enough that you fired me for no good reason. Now you question my integrity? On top of the humiliation of being fired, you threaten me? You threaten my family?
You're a lawyer? Hell no. I hate lawyers. I just work for them. We're going to have to spend a little time filling in the holes in your research. Don't talk to me like I'm an idiot, okay? I think we got off on the wrong foot here. That's all you got, lady. 2 wrong feet and ugly shoes.
Bernstein got another source. The guy just is confirmed.
If there's any doubt, we can run it tomorrow.
You don't have to. The story's solid. We're sure of it. He's just got off the phone with his gold.
Okay, we go with it.
We've got 2 stories here. A story about degenerate clergy and a story about a bunch of lawyers turning child abuse into a cottage industry. Which story do you want us to write? Because we're writing one of them.
What I object to is being asked to gather intelligence to help fix a vote at the UN and deceive the world into going to war.
Bill, hit me with a whistleblower film.
One of my favorites is The China Syndrome. Jack Lemmon is part of a nuclear plant, and Jane Fonda is there with Michael Douglas. They actually film the accident, and then the cover-up begins. It's one of my favorites.
You know, this is a prophetic movie because it was 7 years before Chernobyl. Maybe they should have watched the movie, the people.
Also, it was prophetic because a week later, 3 Mile Island happened.
Okay,
right.
Jack, give me a movie.
One of my favorite whistleblower movies is The Insider. Al Pacino,
Great
Russell
movie.
Crowe, Oliver Stone. I mean, there's no other reason not to watch this movie except for these incredible performances about a CBS producer who gets a whistleblower to come on to whistleblow about the tobacco industry, and you can only imagine how that ends up.
Yeah, it's a lesson in how big business tries to suppress information. Justine, hit me with a whistleblower.
Well, you have to include Erin Brockovich.
As we spoke about earlier,
Julia
yes.
Roberts stars as a struggling single mother who unwittingly is turned into an eco-activist when she discovers that the corporation PG&E is poisoning a small town's water supply. It has some of the best dialogue you've ever heard, and it's just a crowd pleaser.
And she
won an Oscar.
She won the Oscar. She won the Oscar. Well, I like a civil action where John Travolta plays this tenacious lawyer who risks his career by whistleblowing against a corporation. Again, we got a whole water supply theme going on here. They're contaminating. This corporation is contaminating the water supply in a local town, and people are coming down with leukemia. And Robert Duvall is the opposing attorney, and of course he's making a big stand that of course the corporation had nothing to do with this. Where Travolta goes like really nuts.
This whole segment should be brought to you by Evian, because it's talk everybody into drinking only water.
Bottled water, yes. All right, Bill, go ahead.
My next one isn't anything to do with water, but it is across the pond. It's Scandal, and it's Joanne Whaley before she was Kilmer, along with John Hurt, and it's about a 1963 Minister of War scandal involving an exotic dancer.
You know what's another great film is All the President's Men.
Oh,
This is the best journalism film that I've seen in forever. And it's Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman, and it's about the Watergate scandal. And honestly, this is the institution of film when it comes to these whistleblower films. This is the one to watch.
Not only did they play Woodward and Bernstein, it was directed by Alan J. Pakula.
That's right.
Who did another movie called The Parallax View, which also would kind of fit into this.
Awesome film. Awesome film.
Okay, go ahead. Hit me with
In
something.
that vein, I would include Spotlight, which follows a team of Boston Globe reporters that expose...
Overrated.
No. Come
on,
Expose the global cover-up of child abuse at the hands of clergy. It's an incredible cast. It won the Best Picture Oscar. It is riveting up until its final scene.
It's such an important film. It deserved winning Best Picture, despite what Mr. Bill McCuddy has to say. And it shows you the power of the press, and a great cast. I love this movie. Well, I'm going to give you 2 whistleblower films by the same director, the quintessential New York director, Sidney Lumet. First up, Serpico from 1973.
Hey! It's me, Serpico! Hey, I'm a police officer! Police officer!
Al Pacino plays an honest cop who won't take graft like the other cops are doing. He turns them in, and consequently he gets ostracized by not only his fellow officers, but pretty much all of the NYPD. And something that's really interesting about this film is you get to see Manhattan grimy, seedy, non-gentrified Manhattan from the early 1970s, which doesn't look anything like the way it looks.
Yeah, but we've all
today.
heard of Serpico, and I'll bet you the other movie you're going to talk about is Prince of the City by Lumet,
That's
which
correct.
is very underrated. It's a great Treat Williams turn. Julia Orbach is in this film. It feels like a long Law and Order episode, but it's much, much, much better. Highly recommend
Well,
it.
I don't think it's better than Serpico, but he does become a whistleblower, and he doesn't know who he can trust, and it's a very interesting film by Lumet. What do you got there, Bill?
I like Silkwood. This is Mike Nichols, the great Mike Nichols, directing a script from, of all people, Nora Ephron.
Yeah, she's
She co-wrote
really,
it.
this is not
This
her,
is not her kind of thing,
wheelhouse.
because it's
Okay.
about a whistleblower in a nuclear plant, played incredibly by Meryl Streep at a time when we hadn't really seen much of Meryl Streep. And Cher, you get Cher thrown in the bargain. So this is at the beginning of both of
hadn't
their
seen
careers.
much of Meryl
Well,
Streep.
it's at the beginnings of their careers.
Right.
So I think this is really worth seeing.
All right, what do you got?
Interesting. I had not seen that film, but one film that I'm sort of mixed on, you know, is Snowden with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I much preferred the documentary Citizen 4 that won the Oscar with Lauren Poitras directing.
This is a theme today. Everybody likes the docs better
Listen,
than
but
the
it's
films.
true. If there's a documentary, there's no reason to make the feature-length film that's not better than the documentary.
Well, Oliver
And-
Stone made Snowden, and some people view Snowden as a traitor, and some view him as a hero. And I think Oliver Stone makes his point very clear what side he's on when you
Hey,
watch
listen,
that particular
Snowden
movie.
is the most famous whistleblower of them all. It's just there's more journalism and more grit in the documentary than in the actual Snowden film. So
Close it out, Justine.
Well, I'm going with a more recent one, Official Secrets, where
This year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just this year. Keira Knightley stars as Catherine Gunn, who was a British government employee that leaked to the press the details of an illegal NSA spy operation where members of the UN Security Council were blackmailed into voting for the 2003 invasion of Iraq. Knightley is just incredible in this, and there's a great supporting cast that includes Ray Fiennes as her lawyer. I think many more people need to know this story.
That movie came and went for a reason. It reminds me of the report that we talked about earlier. It's not great.
No, I'm with you, Justine. I like the movie. You like the movie, or have you not seen it?
I have not
He's
seen
waiting for the documentary.
Is there a documentary for it somewhere? Anybody?
Well, that's a look at some whistleblower movies, and that's about all the time we have. I want to thank Bill McCuddy and Justine Browning and Jack Rico. I'm Neil Rosen. Join us next time on Talking Pictures.